From FAANG to the Magnificent Seven and now Batman, people have long loved giving nicknames to indices of the biggest market stocks and moving names in the stock market. But what's behind the crazy acronyms and which have outperformed the rest? Here with the retrospective, we've got Jared Blikre. Hey, Jared.
America is obsessed with its trillion-dollar companies from Apple to Nvidia, but in the beginning, there was FAANG, the index coined by Jim Cramer back in 2013. It was a pivotal time in the markets. If we go to the Wi-Fi Interactive, I'll show you. The S&P 500 was just climbing out of a nasty secular bear market. And let me just draw this on a chart here. This is 2000 to basically 2013, and it was finally poking above that double top that was created by the dot-com bubble and the housing bubble. Over a decade of investor frustration finally gave way to a secular bull market that was brand new. It would find its winners and losers, but in the zero interest rate environment of the times, growth stocks would rule the markets, and some of the biggest gains over the next decade, they would be concentrated in just a few companies. So FAANG was just the beginning, and let's break it down. It was the start of something big. Amazon was riding high thanks to its new cloud business. Netflix had successfully pivoted to streaming from the old mail-in your DVD paradigm. Google was a juggernaut and was about to be reorganized into Alphabet. And Facebook, it was a new public company, but was already a veteran at dominating social media. The common thread here, these were companies about exponential growth in an era of super cheap money. From 2013 to the present day, FAANG would go on to return 1,585%. That compares with a very respectable 300% in the S&P 500. By 2015, Apple was dominating the smartphone space and catching investor eyes. It had finally broken to new highs after 2 years of sideways action, and as the largest company in the world, it was natural that investors would want to shoehorn Apple stock into the mix, and that's how FAANG was born, with a long A. Apple has no doubt been a juggernaut long-term, but the swings have been crushing active investors. Over the next 3 years, it only returned 12%, and since 2015, it has had 4 declines of 30% or more. So when we tally the FAANG totals up from 2013, it's up 1,028%. It's over 3 times the S&P 500, but well short of the original FAANG's 1,500% and change. Now, we got to talk about the New York Stock Exchange FAANG index for a minute, NYSE FAANG. It was born in 2017, and it's a managed index that rebalances each quarter. It has the names we've been talking about, plus CrowdStrike and ServiceNow currently. Now, back in the day, it even had Twitter, but it would be a bit apples to oranges to include in the mix, so we move on to the post-pandemic. And now the moment you've been waiting for, it's 2022. The Fed is still hiking rates, trying to quash inflation, but the market is forward-looking, and a new bull market is being born. The undisputed leaders, the Magnificent Seven, dominating index returns to the point where we hear frequent warnings of the dot-com boom and bust. These 7 stocks, now including Nvidia and Tesla, were the market. Since October 22, since that bottom in the market, Nvidia is up a staggering 1,200%. And from the beginning of 2023, the much more volatile Tesla, it is up over 300%. From 2013, the Mag 7 returned 1,487%, trouncing some of the other groups, but still not quite reaching the heights of the original 4-company FAANG guys.
Yeah, Jared, and so you talk about so much excitement, the outperformance of some of these tech names. Clearly, investors, they don't want to let it go just yet. And I've heard some rumblings of actually a new name that's out there now.
Yes, it's been a while it's been out there in the mix for a little bit, and investors do love to shake things up. And I know we've had at least one new entrance into the $1 trillion club recently. And by 2024, guess what? These Mag 7 stocks were still riding high, but there was that new winner. Chipmaker Broadcom was now in the $1 trillion market cap club, so it grew to 8. Mag 7 to 8. With Broadcom, the new tally topped 2013. It was up 1,500%. But critically, this is still 10 percentage points shy of their original 4's results. So when we look at the final tallies, it's clear that sometimes you just don't need to mess with the original if you've got a winner on your hands. But in case you're wondering, and you're a new investor, and this is your first bull market, thought you'd be interested to know that if you measure all of the group's returns starting at the beginning of this bull in October of 2022, BATMMAAN is the big winner with 146% return, and FAANG comes in a close second with 140%. And the Mag 7, it's still close behind, but still in third. And in this day and age, the bronze medal, that ain't too bad. It's up 137%, guys.